So last year I did a first impression of this fragrance with a decant. So I ordered a order off of News Parfums, and they always send you new release decants. Well, I did one back in 2022 and they sent me a new release decant of this fragrance. I did a first impression of it, and at that point in time I didn't know how I felt about it, but I also didn't have enough fluid. It didn't really cause me to want to buy the bottle, but this year the fragrance went on a huge sale on News Parfums, so I decided I would buy it. Told you guys I have a lot of fragrances that came in and are coming in. So this week is pretty much going to be catching up on a lot of the ones that I already got in. Today we're going to be talking about Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Le Parfum. So without further ado, let's get it. What's going on, my great smelling dudes? Welcome back to my channel. Again, my name is Randy, aka FragranceDoud. You guys all know that. Last year, I did a glorified first impression with a 1 milliliter dipstick decant of this. So if you order from News Parfums, which I did last year whenever this was released, I ordered a bunch of fragrances. They always send you a brand new release decant or 2 or 3. And they sent me a dipstick atomizer decant of the fragrance that we're going to be reviewing today, and I did my first impression of it. So if you want to see that, go ahead. But this is going to be more of a full review that's going to tell you guys pretty much everything you need to know. But anyway, I got it in. I wasn't sure exactly how I felt about it because you only get about one wear out of those type of decants. If it was a 5 or 10 milliliter decant, I would have been able to give you more. But with a dipstick atomizer, I wasn't sure. I could only get about one wear out of it, not even. So yeah. Today we're going to be doing a full review of a fragrance that I just got in because it was on a great sale on News Parfums. This is Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Le Parfum. And we're also going to be doing a comparison to the original Le Beau, letting you know which one I like better, which one I prefer. With that said, make sure to like and subscribe, all that good stuff. I just realized I don't really like my new shirt. I don't like this red stripe. I wish it was black. The red's kind of bugging me. I don't know why I'm telling you that, but maybe it's just on video because it does have red underneath here, which matches. But with that said, we're talking about Paul Gaultier's Le Beau Le Parfum and a fragrance, not clothing. So Le Beau Le Parfum, what I said in my first impression last year is that in the opening, I really like it. In the mid, I don't like it because there's this like dirty earthiness that you do get in the original Le Beau. Is just not as prominent. And I mean, it's like an aromatic woods in it, but it comes off very earthy and patchouli. With that said, so when you first spray this on, there is iris in the notes. When I just checked out the notes, there's iris in this, which really confuses me because usually with fragrances that have iris, you can definitely sense it. I can't sense any iris in this, so kind of confused by that. But when you first spray it on, I like the addition here. I think the opening is better than the original Le Beau because over top of that coconut and vanilla and ambery quality, you get this nice juicy pineapple. That mixes together with a little undertone of the sharp ginger, which provides just kind of like an effervescent pop with that pineapple. So just imagine just an effervescent, fruity pineapple opening mixed together with a little bit of an aromatic backbone and a little bit of a sweetness undertoned from that vanilla tonka mixture. With that said, it's more tonka. It does have a little bit of a powdery tone to it, but that comes in further in, and I'll let you guys know more about that. More in the opening. It's just the original Le Beau, more with this juicy pineapple and effervescent ginger. Mix that together, again, with a little bit of aromatics, and I love the opening. As you go about 10 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes into the fragrance, it gets this ambergris / patchouli mixture that comes across again like almost like a dirty woods. I'm not quite sure how I feel about it even to this point. It's only lasting on your skin for about 5 to 10 minutes. With that said, so you have a really beautiful juicy opening for 5 to 10 minutes. Then for about 5 to 10 minutes you have this kind of, I don't know what I'm doing, earthy dirtiness, which I have heard from other channels. And then after that is where it gets into the full part of the fragrance, which I do actually like. So again, I'm not going to really talk about that mid part because I don't really enjoy it. but it's a very short period of time. So I really like the opening. That mid is just kind of weird, not sure what it's doing. And then it gets into the full part of the fragrance, which has that nice coconut, which in the original Le Beau, whenever you first spray it on, that coconut is front and center. In this one, it's not front and center until about 15 to 20 minutes when it really shows its face and you get that nice coconut tonka ambery texture with a little bit of a woods and ambergris underneath to give a little bit of this woody feel underneath it. But for the most part, it has a little sweet amber, has a little bit of that sweet tonka that gives a little powder to it. It sweetens up as you get further into the fragrance as well. Again, the opening has like more of a juicy sweetness, but as far as this ambery sweetness, it's about 30 to 40 minutes into the fragrance. But overall, it is fresh, it is clean, it is one if you have a sweet tooth, but you still want a fresh fragrance for the spring and summer, then the Le Beau Le Parfum is definitely going to do that for you. The bottle's really freaking cool. It kind of takes the original Le Beau and then it adds in this like pointed shoulder and then like more of a streamlined, if you see, it's just a little bit different in the black, obviously. I got a 75 milliliter of this and 125 milliliter of this. That's the sizes that they come in. I'm not sure if they come in a 200 milliliter, but as far as the performance on this, so Le Beau Le Parfum, it lasts about an hour more than the original Le Beau. So the original Le Beau is around 4.5 to 5 hours. That is, somebody asked me on my live stream the other day, that's pretty much what you get whether it's rain, sun, cold, it doesn't matter. Le Beau, you usually get 4.5 to 5 hours on your skin. The first 2 hours are going to be pushing out pretty nicely, and then it's going to become a personal bubble and then a skin scent after about 3 hours to the remaining part of the fragrance. That is really no different with this. I don't sense much of a performance difference outside of about a half hour to an hour of extra skin scent at the end. So I would say you get about 5.5 to 6 hours max with this one. But with that said, you still only get 2 hours of above average to moderate projection, and then it comes down to a personal bubble for about an hour, and then it's a skin scent. So with that, it is a little bit of an improvement. But let's talk about the fragrance overall. Which one do I personally enjoy more? This one. I personally enjoy the original Le Beau more. It's been really a hit or miss. So this has better ratings on Fragrantica. But with that said, on the fragrance community, I've seen split reviews over the last year. A lot of the fragrance community reviewers are split to where they either super like it or they're just like, no, I don't like it at all. There's this dirty earthiness. I know the first people who ever reviewed it, they're from Europe. And they, both the girl and the guy said the opening was great, but after 10 minutes, they couldn't do it with the fragrance. And then there's a couple other reviewers that are just like, wow, that's amazing. And then I had about 5 or 6 subscribers last week on my live stream tell me that they returned the fragrance, while I had 5 or 6 subscribers tell me that they love the fragrance. Because I was talking about it in my live stream. So it's really I think you should try it before you buy it. If you already know you like the original Le Beau, you will like this. It's just, will you love it? I don't know. For me, the original Le Beau is the better fragrance from the opening through the dry down because it has just a steady ambery coconut with a little bit of aromatic earthiness underneath it. That is what the fragrance is at its core, and then some tonka as you get to the dry down. That is what it is at its core. That's what this one has in its core, except for that pineapple ginger opening. As you get in about 10 minutes, again, it's very earthy, kind of dirty ambergris. And then you get about 20 minutes into the fragrance, and then that's wherever it has that kind of ambery tonka coconut that you should be used to with this fragrance. Overall, I would still give this fragrance about a 7.5 to an 8. I don't think it's anything to die for. I think it smells really nice outside of that 10-minute period. But would I still, if I could go back and not buy this fragrance from Fragrance Buy, would I? I don't know. I like it in my collection. I like collecting fragrances, so I think I would still keep it, but I would probably not wear it that much because I would rather spray the original Le Beau personally. just because I don't want to have that 10-minute part where I just don't like it. So I'd rather have a fragrance that I smell. And my wife likes this one better as well. She actually likes this one much better. She doesn't like this one very much. She said she likes the opening like 2 minutes, but after that she doesn't like it at all. With that said, that's Jean-Paul Gaultier Le Beau Le Parfum. Again, I like it. I think it's a 7.5 or an 8. I just don't think it's crazy good. But hey, it's all, fragrances are subjective. Let me know what you think about them. And again, I'll be back with another video. Thanks so much. Peace out.